Hi babies, I'm back with a general daily reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, it's the right time for your message. Take what resonates and leave the rest because this is a general reading, so if not everything resonates, then that part's not for you. So when I was meditating, I keep getting this message that someone is kind of like spying on you, watching you, like almost stalking, like just obsessively watching to like a point that they're like trying to mimic the way you move because you're so like authentic and people like you and they like what comes to you so easily, like just your natural like gifts of like how you speak or understand things or anything like that. So I kept getting that message, so I was like, okay, well, what songs are there? And I got 24/7 by David Corey and Eyes on You by Swim. So somebody has their eyes on you for 24/7. Like they are like really watching you, observing you. And I kind of get this like love-hate vibe from it because in the Eyes on You lyrics, it's like, I fall into your curse, hold me down, I need you now. You have me falling for lies, just take control of my mind. This ain't the first time, it's you and I. And I want you for the night. You keep me guessing, got my attention, want my affection. That's my intention. Eyes on you, eyes on me. So this is definitely, and so I was just shuffling the cards to just kind of see like if I could get like a vibe before I hit record. And I just had to keep the cards because it was like so perfect to what I was feeling. At the bottom of the deck, I got the Page of Swords in reverse. So that is literally, if you look this card up, it's like the stalker card. Like it's like watching somebody. I just thought that was very interesting because especially when it's in reverse, it's like obsessive watching. And I'm definitely getting the vibe that this is a very immature person, because pages are associated with like immaturity, children, the young energy of the suit. So, and then we got the Seven of Pentacles, or sorry, Seven of Cups, 10 of Wands. I really like this card. And the Eight of Pentacles. So that Seven of Cups is like options, dreaming. It could be confusion, but for me, with what's going on with this reading, I think this is how you're being seen by this person, is they don't like that, you have like all these options at your fingertips because you're so authentic. And the Ten of Wands in reverse is like putting burdens down, letting the load off, taking that baggage off. And since there is like a spirit animal, the bear in the background with the lightning, I see that as like your guides. Like you listen to your intuition, you know when to put things down and when to like let God take care of it or let the universe take care of it, whatever you believe in. So these people think that you like don't do the work because this Eight of Pentacles, that's about work, whether your craft, physical work, or just like what you do to yourself, like any sort of work. Especially in this deck, I see that as like a more spiritual work. So like shadow work, facing like these really dark emotions, past trauma, stuff like that. So they see you, I kind of feel like they just think, because they don't fully know who you are, how you operate, or where you came from and what you've done to get there, that they think that you're like lazy and things are just handed to you, like the work isn't hard for you. But it's actually because you've done the work to connect to your higher self and your intuition, and you live authentically. So you're doing all the right things by just being yourself, and this person is like trying to imitate you, and they like watch the way you move and they're trying to act in a way that you act, but they're not getting the same results because it's not original. So they're trying to get all your blessings and, oh, I want all the friends or people to like me or the job offers, whatever it is, but they're not doing it out of authenticity, that it's not their true nature, their true self. They're trying to mimic you. So I just thought that was interesting because I kept getting that like message when I was meditating, and then the songs and then the cards. I was like, I cannot make this up. So there's someone definitely like really just jelly of you, and they're like going about it the wrong way instead of like asking like, hey, like, how are you so like confident, like how are you so yourself like in every situation. Instead they're like literally copying you, like everything you do, and trying to be you. But as we all know, like every person is different. Every single person has so many layers to them. You cannot mimic someone else's behavior, mannerisms, all of that, because you're not living authentically. And then that mask is going to slip and people are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? So got some interesting observation going on here. But honestly, like I get from this is like, let them watch, let them do this, because they're choosing this path. Like you can't mess with somebody's will. Like you can't chain, be like, oh, well, don't do this. Like they have to figure that out on their own, and they're going to keep making these mistakes and pushing everybody out of their life, or gain these fake friends or bad or unfit job offers, because this job offer isn't for them, it's for how your type of person, who you are as a person. So I thought that was interesting. So there's some little haters out there, just instead of reaching out for help and trying to do their own work and be authentic in themselves, they're trying to copy you and be you and try to get your blessings. And that's just sad. But I mean, you have to give them like empathy, because I'm sure that came from how their parents raised them, that, oh, if you don't act like them, we have to look a certain way, our family has a name to defend, and blah blah blah. So these people probably just were never taught like anything, nor are they looking to do the work themselves. So it's a 50-50. Like I don't feel like too bad for this person, because people, I'm sure it's several people, but they're also choosing this. So that sucks. Like we all come from somewhere, but if you're not going to do the work, then that's on you. So I pulled some cards to kind of figure out who this person is. And I got Companion. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's definitely someone in your circle that you know. Could be a coworker, friend, family member, lover, what have you. Where, maybe it's someone that you're competing with to get a job with, something like that. This person, I got the Victim card. So light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing. Shadow attributes, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. So I think this person is just like sad because you have these strong boundaries, you're confident, you've done the work to say no to things that don't align with you, and it makes you a stronger, more powerful person. And they don't like that, because they have an inability to maintain personal boundaries, and they play the victim because they fish for compliments, or, oh, my life is so bad, feel bad for me, pay attention to me. That's how they get the attention. But you get the attention by just being authentically yourself. Like you're not out there to gain the attention, you're living your true authentic path. And whoever these person is, they're just jealous because they want this. It's whatever childhood wound that they have is getting triggered, because you're getting the attention, you're getting the affection, and people like what they see. even though you have because you gave that away, you're like, I don't need that attention. I'm fine with myself. Whoever is aligned with me and how I am authentically, they're gonna come to me. This person could be a hedonist. It came in reverse, so I'm definitely just gonna read the shadow attributes. Pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So, excuse me. This person is just they're just refusing to do the work, and they're indulging in addictions. You know, the hedonist mixed with that victim, they just love whatever attention they can get, negative, positive, whatever. They might be a drinker, they might just, you know, have these, you know, social media addictions, whatever. They just indulge in it all because they don't want to be alone with themselves and their thoughts and who they really are at the base of underneath all the mask and everything. So they're, you know, scrolling TikTok, you know, all of this stuff just to keep away and stay away from who their true self and doing the work. So once again, I really pray this person, people do the work, but you can't mess with somebody's will. And we got the child magical in reverse. So pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So like I've been saying, this person doesn't want to do the work. They want to avoid any sort of uncomfy feeling to the point that they're destructing and destroying their lives. So this card came in reverse at the bottom of the deck, Destroyer. Shadow attributes: intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So I kind of get this feeling this person loves to like gaslight people, or like say you're like into a diet and they're like, oh, well, that's not gonna work. Really, you're gonna buy into that? Or you like a song and they have to like bash the lyrics because it sounds stupid or clunky. This person is really insecure. And with that child magical in reverse, like it's good to be in touch with your inner child, and I love to like mess around and joke and stuff like that, but I feel like this person is living from that inner child, the wounded part. So, you know, that's why they're always avoiding things. They're playing the victim. They're, you know, observing people because they're stuck mentally at this age where they don't know how to do the work or ask for it. So I do feel really bad for these people, but you know, that's part of the journey. We all choose to either one, do the work and quit living in the same way that we've existed this whole time, or we keep existing on the same path that we've been doing. And there was also mystic and servant in reverse. So we got mystic, delusional rapport with the divine. I think this person may just pretend to be like in touch with their intuition, but really it's because they're watching you, they're observing you, because you are intuitive and you've done the work and you listen to your gut. It's because they're pretending to be you. So they're really not in tune with their actual intuition. They're just bullshitting it because they can. They see you, they think you bullshit it, but you actually don't. So, wow. And then we have the servant in reverse, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward in life. So this person lives in fear. It's sad, but we've all been there. Wherever we are on that journey, we're constantly facing fear. But it's a matter of doing the work. You know, this Eight of Pentacles, do we want to do the work, or do we want to just sit and, you know, like this shadow side of the child magical, believing that energy and action are not required for growth? Or You know, oh, that looks hard. That's uncomfy to feel those feelings. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to be yourself because my parents rejected me when I was a kid, whatever, like whatever happened. Yes, I'm not minimizing those painful experiences, but we have to move beyond that if we want to live higher and a happier life and more free. We're going to have to face those fears, uh, and, you know, be there, reparent our inner child. And if that person's not willing to do it and they're just trying to not do the work by mimicking you or like putting this mask on, your mask, your face, all creepy, and your mannerisms and how you treat people and how you love, when in fact this isn't authentic for them and they still haven't done the work. So, you know, it's like slapping a band-aid on a gunshot wound. It's not really doing a whole lot. You need to go in and dig deep, find the bleeders, and get that bullet out. So, and that's shadow work. It's not comfortable, and it takes a long time. And we're still doing it every single day. Because if you slip up, then you fall back into, you know, you take 2 steps back. So if this person is watching that you are mimicking somebody, don't, like, you're not gaining anything from this. In fact, you're taking steps back in your growth. And these wins that you get by acting this way and putting this mask on, this isn't, you're not going to get anything from this. It's not one in a just way. So it can be ripped away from you as soon as possible. Or any slip up you have, it's going to be ripped away from you because it was not your divine purpose to have whatever you're trying to gain by putting this mask on. So, on that fun note, I don't really think there's any other advice than just let these people watch. If you're the person that is doing this, that you're trying to mimic, you can start looking into how to reparent your child, your inner child. Reparent your inner child, because, you know, you're at the base of it, usually our childhood is what, I mean, I'm not a therapist, so I'm not licensed to say anything about this. This is just my opinion. I'm not a medical professional in that way. But it's usually somewhere to a good place to look is starting at, you know, your childhood and where, you know, you were hurt and like why you act a certain way. Obviously, see a therapist, see a counselor, see a social worker, whatever you need. Once again, I am not a professional mental health professional in any way, but if you're just kind of curious on like watching these people and observing them, that's probably because they're doing the inner child work. So you can start there by reparenting your inner child and looking at how you were raised. There's a really good book, I think it's called Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. I don't remember the author, but you'll find it. It's on Amazon and all that stuff. But that's a good book to start with. Lucid is our last card. I just kind of pulled a card for fun. I think, you know, the advice really here is to just, if you are the person that's being watched, stay diligent. You're in control of your own life, and that's the biggest power that you can have, is living your own life, staying in control of that, doing the work and not letting these people, like if they have a little snide comment, don't let them win with that. That's on them. That's because they want to take you down a couple notches because they can't level up to where you're at. They want you to fall back down to them because they don't want to raise to your level. Yeah, so stay strong, listen to your intuition, keep doing the work. You're doing great, because if you don't have haters, you ain't doing it right. So, and know that people can't compete where they don't compare. So let them have these fake masks. Let them try to mimic you or try to dress like you, try to act like you, try to love like you, work like you. No one can take the divine spot that is yours. If it is yours, no one can take it. They can try to act like it, they can try to do whatever, but it is not theirs to have. It is, if it's your divine blessing. Like, it is in your soul contract that you were gonna get this. No one can take that from you. So you don't have to live in fear or anything like that. And don't let these people like bash your confidence or try to make you feel insecure, because deep down they're just refusing to do the work and they're mad that you're on that grind constantly. So love you, babies, and like and subscribe if you like the message, and have a good day.